I picked up 46 lots on HiBid. HiBid.com is an online auction site. Paid $611 for all 46 lots. We've since made our $611 buy-in back, so we're in the pure profit now. Estimated profit just on this one item is okay, so we're in the eBay store. We have a few items to pull. I don't know about you, but it seems like sales have tanked. So let's get busy pulling. So the first thing we have to pull is one of the magazines right up in here. So let me pull this down and pull it out. Okay, have it pulled down, and what we have going out is one of the Taylor Swift magazines. If you remember, that was one of the ones, there it is right there, that cannot go media mail. We only need one of them. And the reason why this cannot go media mail, because on the back page, if we can get to it, it's got advertisement right there. So, got this going out. We've got this Taylor Swift magazine. This is one of the free ones I get at my local thrift store. This sold for $380, and the buyer is paying $25 in shipping. This tells me it's definitely going international. Okay, next thing we have is a set of plates. It's on shelf 6. And I'm not sure if this is the new shelf 6 or the old one. Let's check the old one here. Heritage Spring Tradition dinner plates. And I believe it's those right down there. Just double check. Set of 3. Okay. And I do remember this set because I picked up the whole entire set for $2, and one of the dinner plates had a chip in it, so I decided not to list it and just list these 3 right here. Next item is a set of 3. We left our tag on here. Minska Heritage Spring Tradition. These sold for $23.45, and the buyer is paying $13.09 in shipping. So we'll set this down right here. Okay, the next thing is right up here. It seems like everything, I believe, is in this aisle, which is good. Sold a vintage Scrabble board game. I believe it's that one right there. Let me just look at the picture real quick. See if we can get some of the stuff off. This Scrabble does date back to 1953. So most of the time, Scrabble games, I just piece those apart. So we have this going out. Bought this vintage Scrabble. Does date back to 1953. So I decided to go ahead and sell this as a whole. Minted this for only 50 cents. This sold for $38.24, and the buyer is paying $11.70 in shipping. Also, too, the same buyer bought an extra set of the tiles. So if you can get Scrabble games cheap, I would piece them apart. So this is one I paid $1 at the thrift store for. If I remember correctly, it had 2 Scrabble games in one box. So I pieced it all apart, sold off one of the tiles already. This is in bin A2, which is going to be on the other side. So let's go over here. And it should be right here. And that should be them right down there. Again, I've said it before. If you're not using clear totes, it makes it so much easier. So we came in and bought a set of the replacement 100 tiles. So if you definitely can get Scrabble games cheap enough, I'd say no more than $1. Piece them apart, it's well worth it. You could sell the tiles, the tile holders, and even the board. These sold for $6.92 and the buyer is paying $5.70 in shipping. Today is actually Saturday. I had to go to Walmart to get a box. I was planning on shipping this out priority mail, but the difference between ground and priority was like over $7, so I decided I would ship this, and I didn't have a box on hand. So yesterday I went and got a box at Walmart, got this all packed up last night and printed the shipping label. Seeing how I have to go to the post office, I figured I'd go ahead and pull a few of the orders today and get those shipped out as well. So let's go into the eBay store and start pulling. First thing we have to pull is in bin M. It's a Black & Decker Firestorm 9.6 volt 12 volt charger, and bin M is right here. Picked this up at my local thrift store. I bought the entire box for $10. I have sold a few of the drills, one of the chargers. Here's the charger right here. This Black & Decker 9.6 volt to 13 volt charger. This sold for $19.51 and the buyer is paying $9.85 in shipping. Next thing is we have an album going out, an LP. It's Fiddler on the Roof, original Broadway cast recording, 1964. It's going to be up on my old shelf number 3, which is now shelf 11. And let's see if we can find it. Aha, there it is right there. Picked this up at my local thrift store. I'm into it for 50 cents. This album, LP, the original cast recording of Zero Muzzle, Fiddler on the Roof. This sold for $7.61 and the buyer is paying $3.65 in shipping. Next thing is off of the HiBid, the huge HiBid haul I won. These were some of the plushes, and I'd sat on those for well over 2 years. So one of them finally sold. It's in bin G3. And I'm not sure if you're hearing that. This is my grandkids upstairs. Okay, it's in here. And I think it's over on the other side. Let's go to the other side, make it easier to pull. Okay. And I believe this is it right here. Have this vintage 1991 Rustberry and Company. Picked this up on HiBid. This sold for $13.56 and the buyer is paying $5.75 in shipping. Double check it. Yes, Rustberry and Company, American Mom Bear Pie Plush Stuffed. It is vintage. It dates back to 1999. So if I'd say cost of goods, I believe on that, the plushes I was into for $2 a bag. Now we go to our HiBid tally. Have it right up here. If you're new here, I picked up 46 lots on HiBid. HiBid.com is an online auction site. I had paid $61 for all 46 lots. We've since made our money, our 611 buy-in back, so we're in the pure profit now. Estimated profit just on this one item is $11. That brings us up to a total of $800 over our initial buy-in. That was on lot 24, and that lot I paid $2 for the bag. We have one more order to pull. This is in bin S2. Just right over here. We'll go to this side because I believe it's on this side here. Went to a conference for my regular job, and there's a bunch of vendors, and they were giving out free stuff. This happened to be one of them. It was a John Deere hat. Brand new with the tags. So cost of goods into this is nothing. John Deere hat, brand new with tags. This sold for $11.01 and the buyer is paying $5.65 in shipping.